Hey guys, it's Tink here, coming to give y'all an update on how I'm doing on my denture journey. I know the last time I talked to you all was probably about a month ago, and I was updating you on, small things like the last adjustment I had, my relines, and all of that. And I left off with letting you guys know that as of July the 13th, I was due to start the process to get my permanence. So I want to backtrack a little bit though from my last video because it was a few things that I went back and looked at that video and noticed that I did not speak about, that I forgot to speak about. So I want to speak about those now. For starters, for anybody new to my channel, my name is Tink. Given name is Tamika. For those that may be wondering, my real name is not Tink. My name is Tamika, but a lot of people call me Tink. I started my denture journey October the 6th, 2020. I have now been in my temporary dentures for 9 months and 3 weeks. I have talked about everything from being nervous the first day, getting everything done, to having the procedure done, to everything that I've been dealing with since then. But it was one thing that I think I may have mentioned it once, but did not really go into full detail about, that I have experienced during this journey, and I still experience it off and on now, is TMJ. TMJ is a disorder. And forgive me if I do not pronounce it right because it's a very, very long word. Number one is spelled TEMPOROMANDIBULAR. I want to say that it's pronounced temporomandibular joint. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry, guys. I'm back. Okay, I had to deal with my little fur ball. But as I was saying, it's pronounced TMJ for short. It's it affects your jaw, your jawbone. It affects, my ears. It affects, it gives you facial pain. It's the joint itself. It acts like a sliding hinge. It connects your jawbone to your skull, and you have one on each side, of course, and it can cause pain in your jaw joint and in the muscles that control your jaw movement. So for me, because I've had all my teeth taken out and now I have a prosthesis or prosthetic in, it causes my jawbone or your joints to have to work more. Number one, it causes it to work more just because you have to get used to having something foreign in your mouth. Your jawbones have to get used to, or your joints have to get used to holding the dentures in place. Your jaw have to get used to you doing more chewing because you weren't doing that before. Because hey, if we couldn't eat a lot of foods, and now we're eating probably, I mean, if you're like me, you're eating like almost everything that you can. Now my jaws are kind of sort of working overtime on chewing that it really wasn't doing for the last 10 plus years. It's hard to sometimes diagnose it, and it's often difficult at times to determine whether it's TMJ or not, because your pain and everything that you're dealing with could be, a combination of factors, of course, but it can also happen in people, it doesn't just happen to people with dentures. It can happen to people, ordinary people with their own natural teeth. If you have a habit of like clenching your teeth or grinding your teeth, sometimes that can happen because you're grinding it down, so now it's uneven. So when your teeth are uneven, it causes everything to hurt, which can cause TMJ too. So in most cases, the pain and the discomfort associated with TMJ disorders is temporary and can be relieved with self-managed care or non-surgical treatments. Surgery is typically a last resort after conservative measures have failed, but some people with TMJ disorders may benefit from surgical treatments. Now, some of the symptoms of TMJ can be pain or tenderness of the jaw, pain in one or both of the joints, the jaw joints, aching pain in and around your ear, difficulties chewing and pain while chewing, aching facial pain, and then locking of the joint, making it difficult to open and close your mouth. TMJ disorders can also cause like a clicking sound or grating sensation when you open your jaw, um, well, when you open your mouth or chew. So, for me, I'm not a doctor. I'm just reading off this paper that I had found when I had started doing research on some of the pains that I was feeling and some of the symptoms that I experienced. I experienced the jaw pain. Um, I experienced hurting, during my eating. I experienced the facial pain. But most of all, TMJ can also give you symptoms of vertigo. I was very dizzy. I felt unbalanced and I felt very nauseous off and on. And I mean, it's irritating, but I had to deal with it. When I would take my teeth out, I was fine. But when I put them back in, because during that time my gums were still healing, and they weren't quite lined right or correctly, and then still getting used to them, I felt all of those symptoms and it was crazy. So beware of that. That is something else that some people, everybody doesn't deal with it, but I have spoken to a few people in my denture support group, and they have dealt with it, so I don't feel alone anymore. Because at first, when I first started feeling the symptoms, I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why do I keep feeling dizzy? All of these other things. It's bad enough that wearing the dentures sometimes causes headaches, and when they're not fitting properly and your bite is off and everything, it can cause you a lot of issues that you didn't think or wouldn't even give a thought to it being related to your dentures. So I'm finding out a lot more too just wearing them. But the dizziness and the feeling unbalanced, I'm not cool with that. I don't like that. It will make you feel like that you were going to faint but not faint at the same time. You had the feeling as you like you were going to, but I never did. So that feeling dizzy and unbalanced was irritating, and I hate being nauseous. How I got 3 kids, so I during each pregnancy I was nauseous, so I know how that feels and I don't like it. And you're nauseous all day long as those symptoms are going on when you're dealing with an episode of TMJ. Like I said, I don't have it constantly. It comes and goes. Over the past maybe 2 or 3 months, I have not had a lot of it, maybe once or twice. But in the beginning, like the first 3 to 4 months, oh my God, it was terrible. And I eventually brought it to the dentist's attention, and that's when he explained to me what it may be. And he told me it would come and go, and if it got too bad or too severe, that he could send me to an oral surgeon who could help. It didn't get that far because I started, experiencing the pains less and less, experiencing the vertigo symptoms and all of that. It started to decrease. The further I got, it decreased more. So that's just another thing for you guys, to have information on. If you are in the process of getting this done in your, 2 weeks, 2 months, 3 months, 8 months in, it doesn't matter. If you are experiencing certain symptoms like that and you think it may be one thing, if you are a denture wearer or you grind your teeth or you clench your teeth or anything like that, get that checked out, because just you doing all of that causes your teeth to become uneven, and that can cause it. So you may think it's one thing when it's really something as simple as that. And I'm not going to say it's simple because the symptoms are simple, but the disorder is something that can be helped versus it being something worse. And that's about it as far as CMJ is concerned from what I'm only speaking on what I have experienced lately with that. The other thing was I mentioned that I was getting ready to start the process of getting my permanence. So on July the 13th, I had my first appointment, and they did 2 different impressions. They did the standard impression, which is that purple foamy looking crap that always gags you. They did that impression. I didn't like it, but I dealt with it. And then they came back and he had what looked like a ball of wax that was really, really soft and pliable. And he put that in my mouth and did the impressions on that. And then I left. And he said, she's going to make you an appointment to come back in for your casting tray impression. Now, my thing is, I was sitting there like, how many impressions do you need to make a permanent? But I'm not going to complain. I'm not a dentist. So I'm going to do what he said. So I went out of town from the 17th through the 24th and came back on the 26th, which was just this Monday, and had my casting tray impression taken. And that is when they use like a blue substance and a rubber. They use the things that they use are rubber. So they make that, and he said that the casting tray impression is basically my personal permanent impression. So I'm guessing that if anything should happen to my denture, whether it's broken or anything like that, and I may need to get a new one, they won't have to do impressions again. So that was a good thing. And when I was in the office doing my casting tray impression, I actually went on ahead and let him do a third reline, which was the soft one with the pink stuff. But because I had cushion grip, but I ran out while I was on vacation, and I didn't want to wait to not be able to wear my teeth because I like to eat now. So I went on ahead and had him do it. I don't like it because he used that pink stuff that tastes like a chemical. So I've been soaking my dentures for about 30 minutes every day in baking soda and warm water so I can get that taste out. It's still there just a little bit, but the worst part is over. So I did get him to do a third reline because they were loosening up again. Usually I use my cushion grip, but this time I used a reline. And I noticed that there's a difference between the dental reline and when I use the cushion grip. So when I use the dental reline, in my last video, I was explaining to y'all that using the cushion grip and using my secure denture adhesive, that when I'm using my cushion grip denture adhesive and I have the secure in, when I go to take my dentures out at night and I take the plates out, you know, you have the residue on the roof of your gums, at the bottom of your gums. You have to usually brush it to get it off. Well, when using the cushion grip, any adhesive I use, except for Fix-A-Dent, I will say that Fix-A-Dent, most of the times it all stays in, but I will have little spots here and there that I have to get off. But when I use my secure adhesive, and with the cushion grip, and at night I take my plates out, when I take my dentures out, you guys, there's no residue on the top or bottom. It's all sitting in the plate. So all I have to do is soak it, let it get a little soft, and then I brush it with my Fresh and Bright or my Polydent foam, and then I soak them in my Polydent tablet overnight to get it clean. Well, when using, or when I have the reline in from the dentist, which is what I got put in on Monday, which is that pink nasty chemical tasting stuff, I noticed that when I use my secure, that half of it is in and some of it is on the roof of my mouth. I don't like that. Even though it's still easier to get the secure off, it's nowhere near as hard as to Fix-A-Dent. But I don't like no residue because I hate having to get it off because sometimes it can be irritating. But with the secure, it'll come off mostly through here. But like just right through here, right through the front part is where it tends to still be at. So like I always say, even with my Fix-A-Dent Ultra Max, when I do use that, when I'm having an issue or a problem with getting that off the roof of my mouth and things, all I do is I take some warm water and I take some Listerine. Put the Listerine in the warm water and I swish around. Sometimes I hold the Listerine in my mouth and I take my toothbrush without any toothpaste on it while that Listerine and water mixture is in my mouth, and I try to brush lightly to get it off. Most of the times that helps, and then of course I may have to do that a few times, but I get it off, and then I'll go back, rinse my toothbrush out every time, and then I go back with my toothpaste and brush my gums, and then I still use my Colgate Peroxide. If my gums start to feel a little sore for any reason, I'll use it, but lately I've been using it because I actually scratched my gums. And I did that. It was my fault. But so this side, my left side, is like somewhere through here. I scratched the going upward. I scratched it just a little bit, so it's been stinging a lot when I brush and stuff. So I've been using my Peroxide, my Colgate Peroxide for that because it kills germs and bacteria and stuff. So I'm happy to say that today I went in for my wax try-in. I didn't expect it to look the way it did. I really literally expected it to be like a wax set of what I take out every night. It wasn't. It was still, it looked like dentures, but I didn't expect them to be so thin. So that's just letting me know how light and thin my permanents are going to be. But I did my wax try-ins. I did not have to make many changes because it's almost like this dentist has known me since October. When I go in there, or when I have went in there for adjustments, relines, or whatever the case may be, those people were nice, they were courteous, they were professional, they listened to me. So no matter what I asked, no matter what I said, they did. And it was like he knew me. So when he asked me to explain to him what I was really looking for with my permanence, I was able to tell him exactly what I wanted. Like, even though I love the way that these teeth are, my permanents look totally different. I mean, they're a little bit smaller, but they look so much better. They look so much real. Like, when I tell you, with your temporaries, you see how you don't have much space. Like, I can stick a finger there, but it's not prominent space or prominent looking space. With my permanence, oh my God, the teeth look so real. And at affordable dentures, they have like, at Mines, the one that I go to in Clinton, Maryland, they have like 5 tiers you can do. They have economy plus, premier, ultimate fit, and then the 3D fit. Well, I chose the ultimate fit, which is like the next to the best. And I'm happy to say that I will have my permanence this Wednesday coming up. I am so giddy. But when I tell you that the teeth look so real. I did change the color of the gums a little bit. I just went down one shade because I'm going to be honest. My gums have never been this pink. Number one, I'm a cigarette smoker. So they've never been this pink. Like, if you see how pink they are. So I did get it to match my gums a little bit more. I stayed with the color of the teeth because, I mean, let's be real. I don't want Hollywood white teeth because then people are really going to be like, damn, those are fake. My teeth have never been like crayon white, so I'm not going to walk around with false crayon white teeth in my mouth. I want it to look natural. I want it to look as natural as they possibly can. And having them too bright, in my opinion, for me and for my taste, is too much. So I didn't choose that. I stayed with the color of the teeth that I have, but I did change the shade of my gums. But when I tell you, you know how some people gums, you may have little dents and little lines and or whatever in there. All of that detail is in the gum part. Like, when I tried my wax try-ins on, they looked so real. Like, I wanted to cry all over again, like I did October the 6th. When I got home, came to and looked myself in the mirror and saw what I see. So to see it and to see my teeth so much more prominent, and they were so light. And I mean, like, if you can tell, my lip is still like a little bent because these are a little too big. When I put my permanent, the wax try-ins in, oh my God, this flattened out so much more. And I almost look like I did when I was 19, 20 years old. I mean, I don't look old now. I don't think I look old for my age, but having the teeth out your mouth makes you look a little older than what you are. Having my teeth in, I see a lot of myself in my early, 20s. So I like what I see. So when I tried on that permanent and everything, it almost took me back to my teenage years. Like, I never left. So I am so happy that they came out so good. I cannot wait to get them, and I cannot wait to do a video with them in to show you guys the difference between my temps and my perms. Permanents, perms, whatever you want to call them. But I can't wait to get them. So I'm giddy about that. And it's been a journey. It's been a long, long journey. But it's a journey that was well worth it, and I'm glad that I did it. I'm so glad that I did it because I haven't, dealing with it and being able to get through all of this and wearing them every day, and hell, having to sleep in them for the first week or whatever. It was a lot. And then the going forward every month, day in and day out, it was a lot. I had up days, down days, depressed days. I had good days. I had great days. I had not so great days. I had terrible days. I had sore spots, bone spurs, you name it. So it's like, to get this far and I'm still going and I'm still able to get up and go. I'm so proud of myself and I'm so happy. I don't deal with many sore spots anymore unless I irritate my gums. Like I said, I scratched it. I do get mild irritation here and there. If my gums feel irritated, I just don't wear my dentures that day. No more bone spurs. Like I told you, I'm still using the Colgate Peroxide mouthwash. It's always good because it kills bacteria and stuff. Um, my eating and speaking, my speech my speech is much better. If I can just get it out. Sometimes I tend to talk faster than my mind. So my speech is much better though. I still sound funny with certain words off and on, but for the most part, my speech is much better. Um, uh, in one of my videos, well, actually in the beginning of my videos, when I first started wearing my dentures, it caused me, when I would try to talk, it would cause me to do like this every time I would say a word. That is no more. If I do it, it's because I'm trying to swallow some spit. Other than that, I don't do that anymore. That doesn't happen that often anymore. So that has stopped. My speech is not slurred anymore. I don't sound like I have like something in my mouth when I'm trying to talk. So I am doing better at that. I'm eating more foods, but I'm also finding out about more foods that's not good to eat, like Jolly Rancher chews. Yeah, no. They will snatch your bottoms right off. Caramel, like sugar babies, and no kind of taffy. I did chew extra chewing gum, and I chewed like juicy fruit, and I chewed like a lot of Wrigley's. It's okay. Didn't hurt, but when it didn't hurt me to actually do the chewing. But after a few days, I noticed that I started getting my jaw, like the TMJ kicked in like in high gear. I had a lot of jaw pain for about a good week after. So I wouldn't suggest that if you're going to go back to chewing your gum, don't go overboard with it. Like, I think I put that piece of gum in my mouth, and because I knew I could chew it and I could feel that I could chew it, I got so excited that I chewed gum for like the 3 days straight. And I don't think that was a good idea because I suffered after that. For a week straight, I had pain. For a week straight, I could barely eat. For a week straight, I had it in my mouth, but it was so much pain here that I had to take Motrin every 6 hours to keep the pain away. So wean yourself into things like that because I'm learning. I'm still learning. I was enjoying that chewing before. That week after that, I wasn't. I was in so much pain that at one time I was in here in tears. So I would say go slow with certain things. And don't eat everything like Skittles. I wouldn't even try. You probably can, but I would be too scared because of how hard it is. However, I can eat peanut M&Ms, so I might give those Skittles a try. That might be good. Because if I can eat peanut M&Ms, I sure enough can eat Skittles. I eat cashews. I eat all kinds of peanuts, almonds, pecans. Like, I eat that. But if I can eat a peanut M&M, I should be able to eat a Skittle. Now, ladies are no, but Skittles. Now, I do like the Skittles. They have fruit snacks. I eat the Skittles gummies, but I like the hard Skittles too. So I might have to put Skittles on my list to try. Anywho, but this whole journey it's been challenging. It's been lessons learned after lessons learned. But I still wouldn't change anything for the world. I wouldn't. As I said before, if you are thinking about doing it, need to get it done, just got it done, in the process of getting it done, if you have an E-Day coming up, if you just had your E-Day today, I'm proud of you. Do it. Do it for yourself. Don't worry about anybody else. Do it for you. If you know it's going to uplift you, if it's going to make you feel good, if it's going to give you confidence that you once had, and you're going to get that confidence back, do it. If it makes you feel good inside, do it. If you are tired of looking in the mirror at something that is making you feel so bad and you stay depressed and it, do it. If you don't want to take pictures because of it, go do it. Then you can smile and take all the pictures you want. Because this is something that was, I'm looking for the right word to use. I mean, I'm elated, of course, but this was so freeing, if that's a word. I'm going to make it a word if it's not. I felt free after I did it. And I don't know what I felt free from other than the depression and things like that, but it gave me a sense of freedom. I felt like I got some sort of freedom back. I don't know if it was freedom, that was within me, that I lost in me, but I got that freedom back. I love me more now. I love what I see more now. You know, I think health played a good part in it too, because, I mean, having bad teeth can actually cause other issues too, heart disease and everything. And I'm not even gonna lie, I was probably about 35 when I found that out. So I didn't just do it for looks, I did it for health too, because they weren't getting any better. They were slowly going to damage me more health wise. So I did what I had to do. But the other part of me did it, for my appearance as well, because I did not like what I saw. And now I not only like, but love what I see. I get compliments on my smile. The last time someone gave me a compliment about my smile, I was probably 20, 21. I'm 42. So that's what, 21 years ago? I mean, I'm married now, so I don't care. You get what I'm saying? My husband loved my smile, whether it was like this or the other way. And that's one thing I love about him. He loved my smile. He loved it damaged or the way it is now. So, but it didn't make me. Knowing that he loved me either way was a great thing, but my inside, it didn't help me inside. I still had to look at myself in the mirror, and I still did not like what I saw. So if you are going to do it, do it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to do it. Do it. Do it. Do it for you. Do it because it makes you happy. Do it because it's bringing back life in you. Because that's why I did it. So, to all those who may be new to my channel, to all of my subscribers, period, I thank you. And I mean, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I don't care if I get 2 views, 100 views, 1,000 views. Just to know that I'm sitting here trying to give someone else information as much as I can, because trust and believe, I got an everyday 9 to 5. I'm not getting paid to sit on here and do this. I'm doing this out the kindness of my heart, because I know that there's other people out there that either, may be going through what I'm going through, about to experience what I'm about to experience, or are too scared to experience what I'm experiencing. Either way, I'm just here to try to give as much information that I can give based upon my experience. So as I always say, don't be afraid, and feel free to ask questions. I know sometimes people may ask a question, they may think that they are, being mean or rude to me. Trust me, I have very thick skin, so I know that if you're asking a question, I would hope that you're asking because you really want the information, and I won't take it the wrong way. I have not had anybody come on here and be rude to me so far. I can handle myself if that does happen. However, don't be afraid to ask questions. Ask your questions and I will answer them. I am actually going to start posting a video every Friday. I don't know the exact time, but I'm going to start doing a video every week. Every Friday it'll be posted. Starting this upcoming Friday, because that'll be my first video in my permanent. So look out for those. But to all my new subscribers, to all my regular subscribers, to all my daily subscribers, if you want to know anything in particular, if you want me to talk about other things, even if you want me to research things, anything that you want to talk about, anything that you may have questions about, please feel free to comment below. I will answer your comments. I will answer them. As always, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for watching my videos. If you shared them, if you have brought on subscribers, I thank you. I sincerely thank you, because this is all new to me. So I don't usually do this. I'm usually in the background. I'm not an upfront person. I'm an upfront person physically, but not, I don't do this whole YouTube thing. However, I felt it on my heart when I started this process that I could also help others. And that's why I started doing it. So if anybody wants to see anything in particular, you have, certain questions, feel free. I'm right here. As always, I will see you all again. Look out for my next video coming up this Friday. Tink is out. Peace.